Hey everyone, it's Pat from Pat Dev Music and welcome to the first video in our new series. Now if you're here right now and you're watching this video, that means you're finally ready to take your guitar playing seriously. You're sick of sort of being stuck at the same level, or you're just starting out. You want to know, what is this instrument? What's the deal with all these frets and strings? What's going on here? So well done for making that choice to join in with this video. Now it's a quick one, but by the end of the video you'll understand why is the guitar actually tuned the way it is and why it's important to actually play always with your guitar in tune. So never pick up a guitar, never play even a single note unless your guitar is tuned, and I'll explain at the end. Now our challenge of the day, if you have been playing for a little while, is by the end of the video and once you understand everything, I'd like you to tune up your guitar to a different tuning. So my guitar at the moment is in just standard tuning. So one sort of idea of different tuning is you could maybe drop the thickest E string down to D. Now if that didn't make sense, watch this video and it'll all make sense at the end, but it sounds like this. Alright, enough yakking, let's dive into this video. So we're back, we've got a nice clean tone. Let's dive right in and learn why the guitar is tuned up the way it is. Now, the simplest way to put it is the guitar originally was like a lute, or it was some sort of different instrument. It only had 5 strings. So then they thought, alright, well let's add a 6th string in for a little bit more bass depth and just can give a little bit more bottom end to the chords. Okay, let's make that another E. Now you might be thinking, oh, okay, is that all there is to it? Well, there's a little bit more than that. So the guitar is tuned to a series of fourths or a series of thirds. And we're going to get into that detail in this video and then expand on it in chords and scales and key signatures coming up in the next couple of theory videos. But for right now, all that you need to think about is frets, tones, and semitones. Okay, so now that you know that, we know that the strings are tuned this way in Western guitars. So we've got E, A, D, G, B, and E. Okay, and again, the only reason why it's tuned that way is because they worked out it's the easiest way to play chords and play scales. And then of course, once you start playing bar chords, you just use these easy shapes and you can play every single chord that there is. So they worked out that this particular tuning meant it was the easiest way to play scales, movable shapes, and chords as well. That's the only reason why, is you need to understand how many different notes there are on the guitar. And it's actually a lot easier than it seems. If you're looking down, you're thinking, yeah, okay, well, my guitar is 21, 22, 24 frets, and I've got 6 strings. So Pat, that's a lot of notes. It's just the same series of notes again and again and again. So let's just start by going up the musical alphabet. So if we start, let's say, on an A note. So all the way up, if you're playing at home, on the 5th fret on the 1st string. A, okay? The next musical note is A sharp. I'm gonna go higher and higher. The next is B. The next is C. Now notice how there's no sharp between B and C. Okay? Next, we go up from C to C sharp. Next, D. D sharp. All the way on the 12th fret, you've got E, because it repeats the open string just an octave higher. Next to E, there's no sharp, you've got F. Next to F, you've got F sharp. Next to F sharp, you've got G. Next to G, you've got G sharp, and then we're all the way back an octave higher onto A. So we've gone from A to A. Now, did that seem a little bit easier? Rather than worrying about all those different strings, you just have to worry about this many notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then it repeats again. So you only have to worry about 12 notes. There's only 12 notes on the guitar. So if I play one A here, it's also going to be an A here, an A there, also an A here, an A here, an A here, an A here, an A here. So it's just the same notes repeated again and again and again. So the guitar makes so much more sense once you understand this. All it is 12 different notes. That's it. Repeated and repeated and repeated. So the notes get higher or the notes get lower, but it's those same 12. Now, if I was to leave you with that, you might forget in half an hour. Maybe you've already forgotten. An hour, next week. You've already forgotten, hey? So if I was just to leave you with that, it's not good enough. So I need you to practice something. And then by doing this, you'll actually know every single note there is. Now, you might be wondering, yeah, but what is that good for? So what it's good for is you'll be able to start looking at the fretboard and understanding where notes are rather than trying to memorize a million different patterns. And you know, oh yeah, I should solo over here, but I don't actually know what notes are going where, and I don't really know why, and oh, I always play this C chord because I didn't know that it was over there or was all the way over there. So this is how you sort of start to break down those walls. So what I would have you do is remember, these are all the different notes. There's only 12. So what I would have you do is each day when you pick up the guitar, just pick a different note. Don't do them in order, so don't pick A and then B and then C, because it'll be really, really easy for you to do that. Just pick one day, pick A, then the next pick F, and then C sharp, or up to you. Make a random order. Find one note on each string. So that's only 6 notes. So every time you pick up the guitar, find 6 notes. So let's just say we were doing it with G, okay? So what we would do is we've got those notes, maybe we've written them down somewhere, and you just think, all right, so we're playing every G note on every string. Okay, so let's start with the 6th string. Well, it's an E, right? Then if we look down at our note list, we know that the first fret's gonna be F, then F sharp, then G. We've already done it, okay? Now with the next one, if you think, okay, well, we're looking for a G note. Well, we're on the A string, so I already know it's gonna be way up here, right? So let's just play through all the notes. So A sharp, B, C sharp, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. So we've played 2 G notes already. Next, we got the D string. D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. Next, we've got a G string. That makes it easy. We just play the open string. Done. Next, we've got the B string. Count them up. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. Got another note right there. Next, the bottom string, it's exactly the same as the top string, so we already know it's here. But if we didn't, E, F, F sharp, G. There you go. So if you're working out nice and quickly, if you want to go past the octave, of course you can. Now, obviously, I've been playing guitar for a long time, so that's why it was that quick. But every time you pick up the guitar, just think about you're learning the neck, you're practicing your theory, and you're starting to put all of the pieces together. So each time you pick up the guitar, put down a jigsaw puzzle piece and play one of those notes per string. That's it. Trust me, once you start getting into movable bar chords and once you start working out how to solo in different positions, you need to know these different landmarks in order to come together. Now, well done for making it to the end of the video. Now, I highly suggest always playing your guitar in tune. Now, if you're wondering and you're thinking, yeah, of course, Pat, of course. Do you tune up every time you pick up the guitar? Leave me a comment below if you do. No wonder. So I need you to tune every time you pick up the guitar because your ears are getting used to the sound of the guitar that's in tune. So if the guitar is not in tune, and even if you think it is, always double check, because if it's not in tune, your ear is getting trained to this out of tune sound, which means that if you go to string bend, you might be used to it being a little bit out of tune. So without you even realizing it, you've been playing a guitar that's out of tune. You're getting used to the feel of looser or tighter strings. And you really want a musical ear so that you can put on a song and you can start working out what the chord progression is just with your ear. If you're playing an out of tune guitar, it's going to be so much harder, and you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Because you're going to be learning at such a slower speed because you're not used to a guitar. being nice and tuned. That's it. What did you think of the first video in the series? Man, it was a lot bigger than what I thought it was, but I feel like we've really described all of this in thorough detail. Okay, well done for making it to the end of the video. And I really hope that you do sort of tune down that E string and just try a bit of drop D. It's so much fun. Or even tune down the thinnest E string and make that D as well. Have a lot of fun with it. Did you like this video? Have you experimented with different tunings? Did you learn anything? Let me know below. I'll talk to you again very soon.